In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get the fully updated rosters for Madden 23. You're going to get all of the free agent signings, you're going to get all of the trades, and yes, you're even going to get the entire new rookie class for this upcoming NFL season. You're going to get all of the rookies from this past NFL draft that just happened a week ago, and you'll be able to use them in this year's game. You'll be able to use these rosters for all of your offline modes, and there's even certain online modes you'll be able to use them in, which I'll go over a little bit later in the video. But really quickly, before we get into that, if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest Madden news, especially the Madden 24 news, it's going to be dropping pretty much any day now for the next few months. Make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss out on any of those updates. Now let's go over how to update those rosters for Madden 23. One of the biggest reasons people like to do this is because sometimes people don't want to buy the upcoming Madden game. Some people buy every other year, some people buy every few years. So this is kind of a way that you can still keep the game alive, especially if you're more so of an offline player, because you can just update the rosters and keep going. The rosters are usually one of the biggest selling points, so if you're not really interested in getting the new game, you still would want to update your rosters, and I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a few important things you're going to have to pay attention to. If you don't follow all these steps correctly, you could run into issues. The very first thing you need to do on your game, no matter if you're on Xbox, PlayStation, you want to make sure to completely turn the game off and reset it. So if you're like me and you play the game from time to time, you probably just have the game loaded already just like this. The game is just sitting and running in the background. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you click your little settings icon on the Madden 23 app and you want to press the quit button. You want to start completely new and reload the game. If you don't do this, there is a good chance you could run into certain errors when trying to download the file that you need for the rosters. It could be corrupted. It could just keep giving you different error messages. This has been a thing for a few years now, so make sure you completely reset the game. If you don't know how to reset the game completely, you can just hard reset your system and that will work as well. Now, once the game is loaded and you are at the main screen, what you want to do is you want to scroll all the way over to this little NFL icon, not the gear icon. This used to be where you had to go, but they've changed this over the last couple of years. You want to go to the little NFL Shield icon. You want to click on this, and then you want to go all the way down to share and manage files. Now, there's a couple things in here that we're going to have to use, but the first thing we want to do is go to download community files. Now, every year when I do this video, a lot of people don't even know this exists, even still, and this has been a thing for many years, but you'd be surprised how many people don't actually know that this exists, and there's a lot of good things in here that you can use to make your gaming experience better. You can use the RB or R1 button to scroll the menu at the top. For example, you have draft classes that you can download once they load here. This is something you can use for franchise mode. You can download the 2024 NFL draft. Some people have already put these up. Some people have put even the 2025 NFL draft. So each year of your franchise, you can download the next year's draft class and use that. You can also download playbooks that people have uploaded, custom playbooks, custom sliders. A lot of people use that as well. But what we're here for are the rosters. Now, there's a ton of different things you can do inside the rosters page as well. Some people have college teams that they've created. Some people have legend rosters, the all-time greatest teams, all kind of different things you can play around with. But what you want to look for is you want to look for an updated roster that's going to give you the latest roster moves going into next season. Now, right here, you have something that says updated 22. This probably should say updated 23, but you can read on the right-hand side of the screen here, it says all roster moves are done, all trades, new releases, and signed players and more. And then it also says round 1 and 2 done. So not the entire class is done, but the most important rookies have been added, and usually people that make these custom rosters, they continue to update them. So in a week he might have round 3 and 4 done, so you can go and re-download the most updated version. But you can scroll and see if there are any other rosters. You could see right here we have the TGF Real 2023. I believe this is the franchise guy YouTuber. It is, and he is going to have updates as well, but it doesn't look like he's updated this one since since January, but I'm pretty sure he's going to update it because he normally does, so he's another one you can look out for. But right now, it looks like the updated 22 here on Xbox is the only one we have, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to click on that, we're going to download the file. You want to let it completely download, you don't want to press anything, you don't want to cancel or back out. It might take a minute. You want to let everything go through, because if you back out too early, that could cause problems. You want to completely wait, don't touch anything until the screen fully goes away and until the loading sign stops. Another way you can find files, or kind of just have an idea of who's got good files, look at the download numbers, look at the like to dislike ratio. That'll usually kind of tell you which files are worth downloading. Now, once you've downloaded that, you want to back out, and then you want to go into load and delete files. This is very important. The roster will not be here until you go into this and load it into the game. So go over to rosters, and you want to click on the one that you just downloaded, which is updated 22. Again, not sure why it's called updated 22 and not 23, probably just a typo, but we want to click on that. We want to select yes, and then it's going to say file loaded successfully. Then we're going to back out, and we want to go check it out and make sure everything is good with it. If we don't like it, we can re-download a new roster, but you might have to do some editing to it yourself, maybe change some player numbers around or things like that. But we want to look through most of the teams and make sure everything is accurate. So we can see the Saints, they have Derek Carr. We can see if we go to running backs, they have Jamal Williams. We can go over to the Seahawks, we go to wide receivers, and we see we have Jackson Smith-Njigba, number 13. Not sure what number he's going to be wearing in the pros, but let's say that he does declare his number. You can go in here, edit it, and change it, or you can download an updated version of the roster, because usually the top roster creator people, they will go in and make those changes when players change their number. We go over to the Texans, we can see, of course, we have CJ Stroud at quarterback. We go over to the Dolphins here, we go to cornerbacks, we can see Jalen Ramsey's on the roster. The Eagles got a bunch of people we got to check out. Let's see, we've got DeAndre Swift, who officially did get traded over. We can go over to the defensive side of the ball and see some of the people that they brought in. They've got Jalen Carter from the draft, they've got Nolan Smith from the draft. Go over to the Falcons, they've got Bijan Robinson. So here's a good example, he's number 36, but he did declare his number, I believe, yesterday to number 7. He's actually going to be wearing Vic's old number, so if you want to go in there and change it, you can just go change his number, or just wait for a more updated version of the roster to come out. Of course, the Jets have Aaron Rodgers. That's a big addition right there. They got McCole Hardman, they've got Alan Lazard. So as you can see, the rosters look pretty good. Most of the notable names are there, and now you can use them for a ton of different modes. You can use them in your offline franchise, you can use them in Play Now versus your friends offline. You can even use them for online franchise. That's another really big thing. A lot of people are in online leagues, and some people don't want to get the new Madden game. As I said, a lot of people that have been in the same league for years, they might just stick with Madden 23 and skip a year or two. And so you can still kind of keep things going by just downloading an updated roster and just starting a new online franchise when the new season starts, and you'll have all of the changes for the new NFL season, and you don't have to actually buy the new game to get the new rosters. So that is a way you can actually use these online. A lot of people don't know, but that is definitely something that a lot of people have been doing over the past few years, and this is how you do it. Now, if you want to know more about the upcoming Madden 24 game, we've gotten a little bit of info over the past few months, and you can check all of that out right here on the screen.